right?
I think, yeah, like I'm also looking to SiderX to like sort of make the calls and stuff. Like he's a player that used to be on a squad with Brave and Izzy, Kevlar Esports, and then moved over to Supermassive Blaze after they disbanded late last year. So like it's the fact that like Supermassive Blaze wanted this IGL in. Statistically not going to put up the numbers as such, but I think Colin's going to be important here, especially against FOKUS, who have some of the best adaptation we've seen so far at the regional teams.
Yugi trying to peek out towards a long, starting to drop himself back. 1 HP left on towards Izzy. Very lucky start to this, just barely walking at this point. And FOKUS hold the advantage.
And now it's just Glove watching this angle. Pusha is in a good spot where he can get the turret to work on A long and also the alarm bot in mid, but he is going to be pushed out a little bit. Lots of support and stacking from FOKUS into mid, expecting a late B execute coming through, especially with all of this information. Vong, more concerned about Nest, that Zistu's actually given his position away and not realized it.
Oh, Vong is actually got aggressive, catches out Zisto. Advantage picked up for FOKUS, and now while SMB, they have to decide to go, they have to charge in. That turret could be absolutely massive if it spots its opponents, but finally starts to lock it in. Trying to take a little bit of damage, and Izzy eventually claims its life. Of course, he was just a pixel away from going down potentially to that turret. Lucky it doesn't go and finds him.
Yeah,
SMB with the sight.
Finds 1 out of the 4 players. I did good job, and there's 4 other people there. It's great. Brave, without paranoia, trying to take an aggressive peek. And now FOKUS going to make their way onto the site. SiderX catches him through a smoke.
Well, your boy Lewis with the headshot committed. Executes Brave, locks him out. And now Advantage siding with FOKUS. Tap on the defuses through. Here comes the recon bolt inside. SiderX lines up 3. A lot of damage done from him in this round, but it is Izzy, the player that was so heavily tied up, coming around the backside, and they get the shots needed. Glove picks alongside Izzy, and they take them off the defuse.
Izzy with 1 HP for the majority of that round ends up sort of cleaning it up. 1-0 to Supermassive Blaze. And no real force up from the looks of FOKUS. It was a good retake, all things considered. SiderX picking up the triple kill, keeping control of that short Suez position. And here there's a chance, really. The crossfire comes in nicely for Glove and Izzy at the same time. Now what Supermassive Blaze's adjustment gonna be? Well, FOKUS free coming out of Garage straight away to fight Zistu.
Ooh, yeah, boy Lewis goes to the peak, and Vong also will meet the same fate. So a good start from SMB. You know, coming into this matchup, Ryan, it's no secret, right? You're not going to be fully focused up, right? You're coming in, you're a couple of minutes away from potentially having this entire match taken away from you. You're down a map already. To come in and get a good start, it feels like it's everything for SMB. You know, if you get off to a poor start, you let FOKUS get into the rhythm of things, that's when this SMB side have an insurmountable task ahead of them. They don't have their coach to slow things down. So, yeah, it's almost essential that they get off to a start like this, and they'll keep it flawless in round 2.
No warm-up scrims or anything. I feel like they're going to be pretty warm at the moment with the sweating that they've done. To just...
Yeah, having to run around and get everything sorted to get back onto the server, yeah.
I mean, yeah, flawless, as clean as you like, really. And I think my attention is looking at Lewis, not so much because he's the win or loss condition, depending on how he plays for FOKUS, but just he's had to play a lot, from Raze to KO. Whatever that flex role is, it's what he's playing. And on that breach, it's going to be tough to play up against Glove, who is one of the most well-known and tenured flex players over in Turkey. Again, to the point where Supermassive Blaze bought him out and brought him over from Oxygen.
Standing ahead.
Ooh, this recall.
Just to see how he's going to pan out here. First time I think we've seen Breach today.
Where's that recon dart going to land? When is it going to land? It's been in the air for some time. Did it land at all? And there it is. It comes down, actually. It gets onto Vong, but the first kill actually goes his way. The paranoia connects onto the Omen, but he manages to sneak out of the sight. And Lewis, caught on his own. Busha might be able to trade out, but he's a little bit slow to it.
Yeah, unfortunately here, Butcher actually a little bit wide, so the Spectre's having a great time. Hops up, goes the fight up into the window. Now Zisto and Brave, well, 2 versus 3. FOKUS looking to try and pull back this round with the better weapons, and Yuki catches them looking the wrong way. They do recover against the bonus And FOKUS will have their first round locked in.
Really well played from Vong. Gets that first kill, manages to bait a lot of utility out of SMB, gets out, and the paranoia connects on to those two players when we're in that 2v2 on the C side. So everything works out well from him on that Omen roll. And Yugi, he is one of the pivotal players. I think it's Cascade that's overtaken him on ACS so far in this tournament after the dominant win that we saw from Big. Despite FOKUS winning 13-0 on Ascent, it's not really done too much for the stats. But Yugi is right behind on ACS. His performance so far in this promotions tournament has been standout. And him versus Izzy is going to be an absolute beauty to watch with the duelist roles. Oh, that recon that.
Oh, that's lovely.
Just need to make sure it's clear.
So, yeah, you just never really know. I want to make sure it's completely empty, and now
there's an enemy under the turret. Get him! Just jump into the box.
Fighting miniature people. You ever watched that movie? What was it called? The one that was like always played in the UK TV. It was about the borrowers, I think it was.
Borrowers? I thought you were going to say Small Soldiers, but...
Oh, no. Or Toy Soldiers, right?
I think it's called Small Soldiers, but yeah, the toy one.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I remember the borrowers. I don't remember that, I don't think. Ooh. Well, Alluri getting tagged up a little bit. He's going to be forced to wait from that angle. SMB taking some control. Again, this is an important round for them, given the fact that it has been the investment into the rifles. They have got the fault line available here on Glove. He's going to use that up, and oh, look at this execute.
Ooh.
Smokes up. We have seen, of course, that paranoia, but the cloudburst to allow them to stay in the site. Izzy is going to lose. Well, not going to lose. In fact, he's going to make it a life lost on the other side of things. Yugi only one picked up on the initial hold, and yeah, that's not enough done, really, for FOKUS.
They're still already kind of in the site. Playing high contact, no utility really available and none used. Paranoia is still good for Vong, but it's whether he can take these engagements down that Nanoswarm's going to slow him down.
Well, suddenly it's not looking great at all for FOKUS. I like that initial execute. Talk us through it, Ryan, from SMB.
Yeah, I think the key thing overall was that recon dad that comes in, gets to the backside of A. It isn't cleared by anybody on FOKUS, but Yugi smokes himself off and just plays on this off angle. In fact, I don't think he moves as that execute comes in for SuperMassive Blaze. So really, FOKUS set themselves up nicely to take on that fight, to take on that aggression. But Brave, the 2 kills they get is just sort of sweeping in and clearing the back of that site. So now when Eco is forced out from FOKUS, buys are good, and the ulta even better for SuperMassive Blaze. They have a lot to hold on to and work with. Blade Storm activated as well.
Alluri and Yugi open up with a headshot on the Sheriff, and the Blade Storm connects for another. Another quick reaction has to be the C-long play. That spike is further back, but luckily Brave has won the battle on the initial site. But remember, Yugi has the Blade Storm out, and he's looking to get in the midst of the action. Yugi having a pop-off round. It's just Glove left, and he's on 5 HP.
He's going to get heard as well. Busha has all of the information, is going to spot the cross. And how about that as a thrifty round to pick up? I don't even know where Yugi got that first kill, to be fair. There was the one that went down in mid from Alluri. But what on earth did Yugi do just then? He had very little, just that ultimate. And SuperMassive Blaze were hoping to just clock in a 4th there.
No, this is it from Yugi. Just clean to it on the way back as well to close out for 3. That's the kind of impact the desk we're talking about when it comes to Yugi. No, this guy, Harry is touching on his storied career. I mean, this is a player that when he initially hopped on the FPS scene was really exciting. Everybody was like, damn, this guy's going to be the next breakout. And, you know, you can see some of that ability that made everybody excited at the beginning of his career. And he's showing it here in VALORANT. Rifle purchase up here for SMB, though.
And they have all of their ultimates near enough to make a play. Izzy's the only one that doesn't.
Yeah.
Eldron is going to come in, not actually clearing the kill droid, it's playing relatively close, but Alluri has a sneaking suspicion that more is going on. That recon dat is available, a bit more of a push-up aggressively from Vaughn on C-Long. Right now, SuperMassive Blaze just baiting out utility, seeing what they can get out, but a minute left on the clock. Seems that this Eldron could give away to FOKUS that it is going to be another A execute. It's the same setup, but is anybody actually going to go through sewers? If they're going for a lockdown play, somebody needs to go with this Killjoy. Otherwise, they're dead, and that lockdown's not going to get used.
Well, here comes the Rolling Thunder in from SMB, and that is going to catch out Butra. Ripped out of the round, Zisto charges in towards it and is able to make it happen. Now the plant confirmed, and we have to look to focus to retake a player down.
I was thinking, surely not with that play, but the Rolling Thunder works out nicely. Your boy Lewis has a Rolling Thunder. Now he's maybe going to try and play it for the retake.
Here comes that lockdown in for Zisto. He sent it down just to buy some time. Cyderex in the meantime is taking down Yuki and Vong. That is massive impact from Cyderex, who finds another one. Yeah, it's down, but still Alluri, a lot more to do here. A 2v4 in total, a 1v4 rather in total, and he's found himself a third kill on the way out the door, but Brave makes sure that is nothing more than an attempted heroic play, and that will end up being SMB's round.
So the adjustment as well is like Brave being back on that controller role. He was sort of playing that flex position that Glove was on, and Glove was playing like Astra and stuff. So Supermassive Blaze, sort of similar to what we saw from Big earlier, again, switching around the roles of the team. And I gotta say, like, Brave has always been a top controller, one of the young prodigies of the scene. It's nice to see him back on that Omen, and it feels like it's making a huge difference. Like, he's just finding a lot of those kills and leading by example for this squad.
Alluri peeks out to...
Ooh, the repeat.
The open.
Oh, no.
Izzy, no way. Gets the spam down through the door. The wallbang hits the headshot.
They know that Silver's still there, though, so that's why they're still throwing in more utility.
Yeah, that shock dart does actually connect for a little bit. SMB looking comfortable at the moment. You can see this is their map pick, right? You can see how comfortable they look in this attacking side, just going through the motions. And now once they've filtered their way through, but the flank is the worrying part here. Look at the two players coming around the backside.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury coming through as well. Some of this utility from Cyderex has been mental, but might want to check the flanks as Yugi with the Guardian has managed to get in behind. It is going to be watched by Zistu, but he only has a Bulldog.
Well, here comes that lockdown and the Hunter's Fury being used up. So once the Hunter's Fury is used up on the attacking side, it makes you much more comfortable to be able to set up that lockdown play. And now, well, Izzy and Brave still getting kills within the lockdown itself. Izzy tries to hold off his teammate, but still detained, gets away, and now Butra's looking for them. Brave has managed to actually back his way into safety while detained, and now getting on towards the site. Butra has to deal with two players that will just jump peek and just bait him off at each and every time. They're getting the info, they see he's sticking it, and now they go for execution, but not quick enough to it. Butra now drawing it into the 1v1, and finally, Brave puts an end to the madness. Oh, that was getting a little ridiculous.
Did this dude just not fire? Was he just like, hey, how's it going? How's that defuse going, pal?
The gun jam.
You're just shouting extremities across the field. Hey, nice defuse there, bud.
Yeah, maybe he had like the Killjoy clone moment where they realized, you know, we're the same people. Let's commit to a ceasefire.
Yeah, just a moment. Yeah, I mean, a ceasefire would work if the spike's about to go off, so not really that good in nature for Supermassive plays. Their utilities look so much better today. Like some of the one-ways from Brave, Cyderex's recon darts. It's the fact that he fires them out and then they land like an hour later. He's just on another level with it. But again, his flank is being exposed a little bit. And Vong, Lambot is going to stop him to an extent in the turret. But he still found a lot of space and a lot of info.
Yeah, and Brave goes down early. And now they've made their way on towards the site here, SMB. They've taken the A site. That'll hold back focus. You want to play this retake. Shock darts are coming in a little bit late. Now the Owl Drone heading his way in. Yugi gets forced back away from this angle by the Aftershock. Now the drive-by from Izzy. He goes into that fight with a Bladestone to try and pull it back. He's so low on health, down at 5. Fake Shrouded Step. Now swinging in towards it. Fong still takes him down. Oh, and he finds a follow-up. The flank's coming in, Ryan. The flank, look at Cyderex.
Yeah, he's going to get all the way in behind and nobody's really expecting it. Oh, he's waiting it out so much, but he whiffs right at the end. It was always going to be tough for him to pull in that 1 versus 5. But some of the utility that's been used on either side, the fake teleport, the Aftershock that comes in on the attacking side of Glove to kind of catch the Eldron or anybody scaling. I'm so glad that this map at least got to happen because both teams are throwing in some great ideas on one of the oldest maps in the game.
Yeah, it's been absolutely great to see so far, and we're going to see so much impact out of Vong in this round in particular. I just seen this perfect massacre coming out with SideRx, and just unfortunate sometimes that happens.
It's also Vong holding a close angle there as he's coming through, because the stun is coming in from hell. There's a bit of a gap that he can hide in there. He doesn't get stunned. Like, that's the level of nerdiness we're handling here. Stun is going to at least... Yeah,
down
slow
to
it
pistols.
down. There's not much to really work with this time, yeah. Rolling Thunder for Glove, but realistically, you want to save it for the actual execute. But still, this utility is making things very awkward for where FOKUS want to play on.
Yeah, the boy Lewis has taken down Izzy. Yugi and Alluri now following up, and Vong affords himself another kill. And that will end up being a 4-player stand alive round for FOKUS to give them 4 rounds. And now we look to SMB once again. No plant in that round. Nonetheless, they will have enough cash to purchase up more rifles across the board. Utility still looking good. And like you said, that Rolling Thunder is available. 2 away from the lockdown again.
Lewis has his own Rolling Thunder, so that's a good response if it does come out on the attacking side. We know what happened last time SuperMassive Blaze were able to use that Rolling Thunder. It punished that Sewers player, and that's what's left completely open on the side of FOKUS. Looked like mid-aggression coming in from the Breach and the Omen on the side of FOKUS. Actually going to try and scale up and take a fight. Or at least to just put in that pressure, break the turret, most importantly for Zescht. And Vong actually finds that opening onto SideRx. I think that's, yeah, wallbang from Nest.
That's a rough start here for SMB. Now have to try and play the rest of the round, the player down, and perhaps Izzy can remove that player disadvantage. He's about to play through this B side. His teammates in behind him as they get into the dark cover, and this now is the execute up. Dark cover, aftershock combo to clear out both sides of the B side. Now commitment to the plant. They're trying to make this happen, but the Rolling Thunder being sent in. It is Izzy who has taken down Butcher. Vong trades it out, but Izzy follows up, and Brave is good for another. SMB have suddenly snatched the advantage, but yet that spike won't go down.
These players are pretty lit on the side of SuperMassive Blaze, very low health. Yugi's trying to take these jewels one by one. The spike has been planted, so Izzy has it all to do. 33 HP.
He's done a lot here in this round, Ryan, but yeah, this seems very difficult. Yugi has snatched back every piece of the puzzle. And the fact that SMB have not been able to put that spike down puts them in a very difficult position to pull this one out. Izzy has so many angles he has to worry about because the time has passed. It could have been a reposition at any point, and swings into Yugi, who will happily collect his 3rd victim of round.
That's honestly a bit unlucky timing from SuperMassive Blaze. Like I said beforehand, like a good counter to being Rolling Thundered is to use yours in the general direction where it's coming from to stop any pressure. But because it's Glove that's planting the spike, Lewis throws out the Rolling Thunder. There's no response. It allows Yugi in over onto B to get those opening picks. It stops the plant, and it catches SuperMassive Blaze at the worst opportunity when their guard is down for a second. Yet again, they have the eco, just a Spectre in the hands of Izzy. Ultimate's coming online, but not really the chances to use them.
This double setup in Garage looks to be potent, but Recon Bolt going in to try and clear it out. Now the Nanostorm sent up into Garage window, and now Butcher swings out. The distraction set up from his teammate. Butcher able to deliver 3, and he's just absolutely living up to his name now. He goes back in for 4. He wants to remove everything. And with that aftershock combo, a lot of pressure on Zescht, and it confirms the kill. Now just Glove left, and he will try his best. The Sheriff at least scraps away another towards the end of the round, but as you would expect, SMB fall in this round.
Yeah, he wanted the ace, he wanted the match ball for that one, Busha. And another really nerdy lineup from SideRx that just recondats the entrance on, like, Garage. It's cleared almost instantly. You have the Nanoswarm coming in from Busha, and all of this utility. It feels that FOKUS knows that SuperMassive Blaze on these lower buys are going to try and just bull rush something like Garage. FOKUS at the read, final round of the half, sorry. And now that full buys come in. Lockdown, Blade Storm, Rolling Thunder, all available for SMB.
Oh, Yugi. Lovely shot with the operator, and that SideRx out. That's Initiator out of play. A lot of important utility that we talked about has been essential for SMB, but they have got the Rolling Thunder available. They're going to use up the fault line to clear the close left corner. Nano Swarm's now baited out, and now as he swings into
no.
the fight, the Bladestorm hasn't worked. Your boy Lewis and Vong have found the initial kills, and this is making this round incredibly difficult for SMB.
All of those ultimates, and they just don't get used. They just decide to try and play high contact onto C, which is really odd to say at the very least. FOKUS now using those ultimates. A Bladestorm coming online for Yugi very early on. Glove 1 versus 4, they know exactly where he is.
Well, the flashpoint goes through. Yugi hits the shot with a Bladestorm. Started the round strong with the operator and closes it even better. Another multi-kill round from Yugi, delivering that impact we wanted to see. And now FOKUS on their opponent's map pick. Already a map up. If you are just tuning in, you did not miss any action. Unfortunately, SMB were late to the matchup and had to concede the first map as a default win. So that gave FOKUS a map advantage. Now we're here on Haven. It is the map pick of SuperMassive Blaze, and they're behind going into the second half.
Yugi 14-5. It's an absolute star showing. And really, I'm just excited to see more and more of this FOKUS team. And yesterday was a bit more of a tough look, certainly on Icebox against Surreal. But winning on the map pick of SuperMassive Blaze on a map like Haven, real good showing of where this team could go. And it would also mean, if we see FOKUS winning this, we'll have at least another German team heading towards VCT for Stage 2. Either big or FOKUS for one of the slots the other one to play for still.
Well, Yugi, lovely shot. Glove hits the deck and Yugi gets traded out. So 4v4 initially established, and now the attacking side of FOKUS begin to turn their attentions towards A. Inside of Rex, he's looking to hold it. He actually goes in the aggressive stance, and that isn't going to work out. His life gets forced out of him, and the advantage now sides of FOKUS as they come back in to the A site. They put down the spike, no problem. SMB send the paranoia in, but there's no commitment from it, and Izzy gets into play. He's able to steal away a life, and Luri and Vong snatch back, and it's just Zisto left in the 1 versus 3 for SMB. Hard to see how he even gets close to the site here.
You know where he is now. The paranoia, the double peek, just as perfect as it can be for FOKUS. And really, you're sort of looking at the pistol for SMB to pull themselves back into this one, but no, it's looking like FOKUS might make this a 9-5 scoreline. Looking at what SuperMassive Blaze might put together, and it's not looking to be an extensive buy at the very least. But Yugi, a Vandal in play. It's certainly a step up. There's no bonus attempted for him. But if he loses that gun and one of SuperMassive Blaze gets a hold of it, they're pretty well versed in using Vandals. I'm pretty sure the whole squad runs it. So they'll be hungry for that gun, and it's Yugi actually mostly watching passively over towards A.
They're waiting for this. They're waiting for that exact maneuver. Brave to get aggressive and Yugi to commit to the headshot. And now he's holding for more aggression. He's waiting for those follow-up players to come into the crosshair of his waiting Vandal. But they realize going into that is likely a death sentence. So they're holding for the aggression and FOKUS instead. If they want to try and take some A lobby control, they are going to have to deal with players at the choke point.
Is he playing anti-flash too? This is where the battle's about to happen. Lewis checking these angles.
Oh, another good kill from Yugi. Double up in the corner, Ryan. I wonder if they're going to expect this, but that flash, it is going to massacre them. So methodical here from FOKUS. A fantastic start to this second half. They will not be faltering to the weaker buy.
This Stu, again in a position, this time he has to 1 versus 5 with a classic. Nothing lost on the side, and Yugi with that Vandal hasn't even really taken a lick of damage. So it's been absolutely crisp. Maybe not so much from Maluri, not expecting defensive spawn to be where this flank is going to come in from Zistu. And Busha put him out of his misery at this point before Zistu makes it too expensive.
Well, good start for FOKUS. 9 rounds already collected, and a single player to fall in that round, so not too bad at all for them. And for SMB, finally getting a touch of the bye here in the second half. And, well, we need to see a big recovery from them. They've lost all of the momentum, and really Yugi has been snatching away their lives in each and every round. There's another 3K for Yugi. Really methodical clearances towards A lobby. And we'll see how they deal with this bye, because SMB, it's been a while since we've seen them pick up a round win. They have no operator in play in this round. They have no ultimates available. It has to be a good old-fashioned round.
Recon Dad's going to catch to see if anybody's going to cross A long, but right now it is just Focus sitting back, doing whatever utility that they can bait out if there's any other gaps that they could take through or any overextensions from Supermassive Blaze. It's mostly just sat in place. It's forcing a lot out of Cider X. He's just going to see that one player watching. And really, this lands into the hands of Focus. If they just go A now, Cider X now has to play aggressive. Look at the minimap where he's playing from. He has to watch this angle, and it's so dangerous against multiple people, especially if Lewis is going to flash it.
Cider X looks out towards long. Spots a couple of Focus players crossing over. We'll see how that forces the rotations from SMB. Are they going to commit anybody further back to the site? They will bring over Izzy just to try and bolster this defense, and now Glove joining them as well. So strengthening the A defense, but perhaps they should be doing that elsewhere. Is that Spike now leaving and going towards C?
30 seconds
I think the
left.
idea is if Yugi's over towards A, that's where the execute's going to come in. But now the reset's here, and Brave has been here the whole time. He's going to be playing in from logs.
Yeah, 20 seconds, Ryan. That could become a little bit of a problem if this rotation can come back in time. Now 2 players hold the C site, and this could get chaotic. 13 seconds left. Brave now peeks out. It's Zisto that's found the first. Vong, your boy Lewis at least following up here for Focus, and that Spike is being committed to. The plant will come in. Glove swings up, and so damn clean from Glove. Is now just 1 player left, and Yuki's not in a position to compete. Cider X will remove him, and that is perfect from Glove.
Oh, we didn't need to see that.
Thanks, Mel.
That transfer was so crisp as well. Knows that there's a player planting in, again, a very unsafe position. But it is being watched by Focus. They're protecting that planter, but the transfer is that good. It catches both. I'm pretty sure one of them's also pretty low health as well from the aftershock. Yeah, at the back. Just a spray. The final headshot onto Lewis too. I said that these guys were well versed in Vandals, and Glove bottom fragging for his team. That's a great kill to keep them in the game. It's still a buy for Focus, and this time might be up in the pace as they have that rolling thunder.
We'll see if they do commit to it with a little bit of a pace change. SMB are challenging down towards A long this time. Drone goes over the top just to spot some info. They aren't going to commit through this dark cover, but Izzy is playing inside of it. Was hoping they could catch someone that maybe went a bit aggressive. Perhaps he could peel away with the first. Again, obviously having this tailwind available, Izzy can overstay his welcome a bit. And just try and get away with an opening. He's going to have the opportunity and ends up going down. Yugi hits the headshot and bests him yet again in that lay long duel.
This dude backing out completely after being tagged by the Eldron, but Focus still focusing over onto A. Cider X having that recon dart is just going to peek out here, and Yugi's going for the wider fight. The rolling thunder as well. Clears the whole site in its entirety for Focus. And now 3 versus 5. Glove is up on the high ground. Well, more concerned about it, actually, just in case somebody pushes out. SMB were going to go fight for that retake, but the call now is to just save these guns.
Yeah, this is becoming so rough for SMB, right? They haven't been able to find too much success in the openings of these rounds. And Yugi, you know, I was talking about him yesterday, and you brought it up on the desk yesterday, Ryan. The success he has in opening duels is really unrivaled at the moment in promotions.
Wait, sorry, my headset DC'd for a second. I missed what you said there.
Oh, it's okay, Ryan. I thought you were just egoing me since you're verified on Twitter. But what I was gonna say is, yeah,
That's
obviously,
an old one. That's an
yeah,
old
I know. We're
joke.
rocking the birthday one. We're rocking the verified one. We gotta get them all out. But what I
Stop
was
it,
saying
Mel.
is Yugi is incredible in this opening duels. You brought it up on the desk yesterday. It's just the impact he's delivering on that.
And it's also the fact that he could do it on his own. Like, I thought that a lot of the stats were padded because Focus, on a lot of their map choices, do play Yugi on the Jet and then sometimes Lewis on the Rays. So it is both these like double duelist lineups finding those openings and Yugi being supplemented off that. But he's doing it all on his own. On that Jet with the rest of his team playing very de facto agents, he is making the survey zone. And he's diffing Izzy, which you'd consider as the best Jet out of all of these players in this group.
Yeah, Yugi really showing up now. Like, look at that scoreboard. It's incredible. And you tell Mel not to do something, she's going to do more of it, Ryan. And there we go. Oh, that's even worse. Now we're wearing the face of, of them.
We're
Feels
getting,
like
yeah, this is
cannibal.
what we're into the minds of Yugi, actually. It's like a little game show of like, whose face are we in? Because I thought we were still in breaches.
Nice. Up the nose. Great view. 10-6. Double figures for FOKUS. SMB, well, we're at a point now where they're starting to run out of fuel. And I think they ran out of fuel in that first half. And they haven't really regained any of that back. And it is certainly looking rough. They don't have any ultimates online just yet. They will have the Rolling Thunder eventually here on Glove. And a couple of save rifles in play. So not an awful position to be in with these. Some rifles at least to work with.
Cyrex with a classic over on A on his own. Brave with a Spectre playing in his smoke. He's about to run into 3 of them.
Well, the Owl Drone is going to go through the dark cover just to try and clear it out. Oh, Brave, actually. The timing. The absolute timing to get away with that. The Spectre goes in. Yugi goes down. An opening for SMB, and perhaps if they have quick rotations, this could get a bit chaotic. And maybe the Chaos will favor the weaker guns.
Oh, the Aftershock actually misses Brave. He just sort of hops over it. And now at this point, FOKUS having to really reset themselves and find somewhere else to push on the map. If they've spotted the silver, they might be able to go towards A, but Vong, see if he can catch somebody else in the smoke. There's still an alarm bot up in garage, so this is still something comfortable for Supermassive plays, despite the fact that 2 of their players don't actually have rifles.
Well, Zisto
Wait,
holding.
what sold them on this A hit?
Yeah.
30 seconds
I guess
left.
it's just a gamble, right? It's just a gamble at this point. You try and just gamble stack your forces. You try and make a call on this, but unfortunately you made the wrong one.
That's
Zisto's
brave.
trying to try and hold it, and we'll get peeked out 1 for 1.
He has all of that utility on site as well, so now Garage isn't in the control of Supermassive plays. They need to be careful of it. It's just going to buy time. Brave, that paranoia is perfect, and Izzy tries to capitalize.
Yeah, Vong in the double kill as well. He's actually found 3. So recovering here for FOKUS, just Cyrex. He started with a classic, you pointed him out, and he will end with nothing. Disintegrates into an 11th round for FOKUS. Got a little messy there, I think, for FOKUS, considering the buy they're up against. But nonetheless, we now focus in on this buy because Izzy's out in the operator.
Oh man, if we do actually have a series of FOKUS versus Big, the amount of like Big...
Focus in on Big and FOKUS.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't
The
envy
thing is,
that.
when
I
you
think-
try and avoid it, you say it more, I feel.
Focus,
So you're bringing
focus,
it up on the
focus,
desk.
focus.
It was great.
I need to be very careful I don't say that too fast. I trip up on it. Oh, you're just trying to say it enough that I get it out my system. But yeah, the attacking team, the ones in red, are going to be pushing up a little bit more. But Izzy, the Supermassive Blaze, the operator's up in sewers.
Ooh, Yugi has again found the opening, and that was Izzy on the operator. That was a huge investment here for Supermassive Blaze. We see that fight initially pan out in favor of FOKUS, and now that's the story of the round. It sets FOKUS up with a perfect beginning to this, and now they look to try and close. Take it 12 rounds. This will put them on series point, because remember, it is currently 1 map to 0 for FOKUS due to a default win over SMB.
Supermassive Blaze have at least a bit of a safety net, and this is their map pick, but so far not really going their way at all. A team that has yet to pick up a series in stage 2 of VCT, stage 1, sorry, of VCT, might end up having another series loss in the relegation tournament for them. Not the best way to start by any stretch, but an open A site. Cyrex was again putting that pressure in all on his own, but he's given up on that site. Mostly because that lockdown is available for Zistu, and there's a Rolling Thunder. Supermassive Blaze can play retake here, but there's still quite a lot that FOKUS can
30
use here.
seconds left.
Plant locked in. We'll see how this one pans out. There's no flank, unfortunately, for them, so it all is coming from the 1 avenue. But lockdown is going to be used up. Obviously, there is a little corner now down towards the bottom of the ramp you have to be aware about, but nonetheless, Rolling Thunder being used up. They're standing in the fault line, but Yugi doesn't care. He's found another kill, of course he has. Your boy Lewis ends up getting picked out with a headshot of Zisto, but Vong stays inside, still gets 2 before being detained, and I just don't think they're ready for a play to still be inside of that lockdown, and that has cost him 2 crucial lives and sets up the rest of the post plant to head to 12.
It's the fact that FOKUS, as that lockdown comes in from SMB, Lewis is still holding the fault line ready for that push. he scrambles to try and get an aftershock onto the lockdown. He misses, and it does end up catching Vong. But like you said, it's the fact that they're still playing aggressively, and they're really pushing the limits of like, okay, we have a set amount of time before the lockdown detains us. Let's get as many kills as we can, and then worry about clearing it later on. Supermassive Blaze looking out of sorts. It has not been their day, to say the very least. This is match and series point. Bladestorm activated from Izzy. He's going to try and push it, but he's caught out instantly, and so is Brave.
I mean, it started so well for SMB. I thought they were here to show up. They had initially played some good rounds. Utility was great. You were pointing that out, Ryan, but it all kind of went missing. And Yugi had a Yugi performance over them today. It's been great to see.
A huge performance.
Oh. You know, Ryan, I'll give it to you, but it is a real stretch.
At least we have the accolades of casting the shortest series in VCT history.
You know what? Yeah, it could have even been shorter as well. That's the craziest thing, but
Mitch and Tom will never get that. They'll never get that. They'll get the longest games, and we're just...
Yes, well, the one day we did cover for Mitch and Tom was the longest day we've ever covered.
Yeah. It's in the script, though, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, it's all written down, guys. You guys are right. All you conspiracy theorists in chat, you're all right. Spike goes down, or at least tries to go down. SideRx actually blasts it back into a 2v2 Ryan. This one's not done yet because this is very doable suddenly for SMB. Sister looks to peek with the Bulldog, and close to it, but that kill needed to happen. Now it puts SideRx into the clutch, and 1 versus 2, and they're going to peek him out towards long. They know that he's there. Have every piece of info they need, and Yugi is going to look for the peek out on the operator, just timing it.
Off the turret.
Yeah, playing off the contact of the turret to know he's up, and now he could swing if he wanted, but SideRx has actually got closer, and Yugi wraps around the other side. He will close it out, and 13-6 is the final score here on the second map. Of course, a 2-0 goes to FOKUS. An unfortunate day here for SMB, Ryan, I would say, and not much VALORANT played in the second series.
No, it ended up just being the, oh god, I can't count, I realized, the 20 rounds played, or 19 rounds, sorry.
Yeah.
And no, that's completely wrong. No, wait, my mind is gone from the fact that like we've had such a weird start to today, and like I think Harry just being off in
I know,
silly mode.
Harry has a lot of weird starts to
us
the
off
day.
completely, so... Yeah, I mean, more consistency, but it does mean that we're going to have one of Big or FOKUS being the first team to re-enter back into stage 2. So the full dark matchup, I suppose, that's coming in on Thursday. Yeah, but no, what day is it today? I'm so lost.
What day is it today? Huh.
Is it Tuesday?
It's Wednesday today,
It's Wednesday.
Ryan.
So
it's
Friday.
Wednesday, but
oh my god.
But it kind of feels weird to do this. We're going to save the day here, Ryan. We're going to let you go and get some sleep. But we're going to bring up player of the match. Now, it feels weird to bring this one up because we only played a couple rounds here. But nonetheless, here are your options at the bottom of your screen. You can head over to Valley Sports EMEA, and you can choose one of these 3 players below. You got Yugi, Butcher, or Vong as players to pick up, and you can have your say over there. I don't think there's any secrets as to who Ryan and I think should be player of the match. In fact, Yugi was just outstanding.
Yeah, I think Vong had a really good series too. Like, he's not really a player that we've had to highlight all that much so far in promotion, so the fact that he has this shining moment is good. But I'd say Yugi, just to get a lot of those CS people thinking, wait, what? Yugi? He's popping off in VALORANT? Like, it's good to see. It's almost like a revitalization of that career, and he's doing so much with a squad of FOKUS that nobody really had too much attention on him. So now they're a foot in the door of qualifying for stage 2 alongside Mech and Liquid and all those other big teams, G2, FPX. FOKUS could be amongst them tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it is time for us to go to a break, and I know you're all getting scared because Harry's coming back, but we've got a 3-minute break before that happens, and we'll see you guys as they round out the day.